Hi, my name is Paul Giachetti. I live on Long Island, New York, in the United States, as you can tell by my accent. By day, I work as a graphic artist for a trade magazine. By night, I co-own and am the art director for Hasslein Books, a company that publishes reference guides for geeks. I'm also the author of the two totally immersion Red Dwarf Encyclopedia books, also for Hasslein Books. What is my favorite episode? This one's a really hard one to answer because I'm of the mind that there really is no bad Red Dwarf. There are some weaker ones, but it's hard to really pick a favorite. It really depends on my mood and what criteria I'm judging it by. I could be watching one episode and say that's my favorite one, and then, next week I'll be watching a completely different episode and say that one's my favorite. The best I could do is probably give you like a top 5 of my all-time favorite episodes. In no particular order, they would be Future Echoes, because it was the second episode right after the expository episode of the pilot, and it really showed that it was a really strong start. It really left the gates running. Quarantine, which I think is an obvious one because, the sight of Rimmer in a gingham dress with a psychotic penguin, you really can't go wrong with that. Backwards, only because I like the weird science that goes along with it, and, whenever they take like a basic concept and actually make it funny yet plausible, just the technical aspects of recording that episode was really fascinating to me. Meltdown, which actually puts me at odds with a lot of fans. For some reason, not a lot of fans like that episode, but I think it happens to be one of the funnier ones just because of the sheer ridiculousness of it. And Marooned, which as bottle episodes go, Marooned is definitely one of my favorites. Just the insight into Lister and Rimmer's characters and their relationship and all that. I don't do that much cosplay, actually, and I've never done Red Dwarf, primarily because being in America, I don't think very many people would get them at the conventions. They wouldn't understand. And unfortunately, my voice is a little shot today, so I'd be unable to give you my perfect rendition of a cat impersonation. Sorry. Who is my favorite character? This one's an easy one. Cat. Hands down, it's got to be Cat. I just find every single thing that comes out of his mouth hysterical. Even the facial expressions that he makes. Just the way he plays off the cat persona, the insults, everything. Everything about him just makes me fall off my couch laughing. I also find it very funny that being one of the 3 main characters that have pretty much been in every single episode, you still know next to nothing about him. You've never really even seen his quarters. You have no idea about this character, and yet he's the funniest character on TV. My earliest memory of Red Dwarf. This is going to sound like I'm ripping off Patrick Stewart, but I swear to God this actually happened. I was flicking through the channels one day and came across Channel 21, Public Access in New York, and it was the episode Last Day. And I saw this character. He had an H on his forehead, and I didn't really understand what that was, and I thought that was a ripoff of The Young Ones. Then I saw like a robot, and I saw it was space agey, so naturally I was curious and sat and watched. And it was during Crichton's speech about friendship and what it means, and going through all that. And the first thing that went through my mind was, oh my God, what a blatant Star Trek ripoff. And no sooner did I think that than Lister went in about the "Don't give me the Star Trek crap this early in the morning" bit, and I knew from that moment on that the show was always going to be one step ahead of me, and I was hooked. I was absolutely hooked. No, I've never met any of the cast. They don't tend to come out to the United States that much. Um, I am hoping to rectify that next year at the 2017 Dimension Jump. Hopefully, I'll get to meet them all there. I'm more of a toasted bagel with butterman myself, but I appreciate the offer. How would I end the show? I'm not really sure. I mean, none of the novels really had a satisfactory ending to me, and I think having them find Earth at this point is kind of cliche. I do think, though, that if they ever do put a final touch on the show, that it has to absolutely involve Lister jumpstarting the second Big Bang. Well, there's who I'd like to be and who I would probably end up being. Who I would like to be is probably Lister. I like the idea of the noble but carefree slob. Unfortunately, I'd probably be a little bit more like Rimmer, the neurotic rule follower. Um, of course, there is always Holly. If I were Holly, I can always just have Lister erase my database of all the Red Dwarf episodes so I can watch them all brand new. My favorite Red Dwarf memory. I don't have anything as exciting as meeting any of the cast or crew, so I'm probably going to have to go with back in my youth, going to Suncoast Video and finding the VHS tapes of the newest, or at least new to me, episodes. Um, yeah, I only saw a couple of them when they aired on PBS, so when I found them on VHS in the store, it was always a big, exciting thing for me, and I would sit down and make myself some dinner and just sit there in my pajamas and watch them over and over again. I have a few Red Dwarf items that I display. Some of my favorites. Let's see. Over here you have an original Mr. Flibble hand puppet. I also bought from the prop store a screen-used, I don't know if you can see it there, screen-used canary gun. And I made a custom mount for that. Also, one of my personal favorites is a handcrafted light bee from Greg Sloan from the Red Dwarf Posse. But of course, my favorite is naturally the Starbug playset. Yes, I did take it out of the box because I wanted to actually enjoy it. Because it's one of my favorite spaceships of all time, just the silly, unique design of it, I absolutely had to get one of these things. And that's that.